Hello, and we are back doing the whole office thing, and so many things have changed just in a short space of time that our initial plans just went completely out the window. But we came up with something better by accident. Let's do this. So there's actually been lots of changes. If you haven't seen our previous vlog videos, definitely go and check that out because, well, there's a lot to take in. And as you can see, we're in a new space. So if you haven't seen them videos, then yeah, this is your first opportunity to kind of see it coming together a little bit. Now, this is what was gonna be the studio set. So anyone who's seen the video, you'll know that we was gonna do a bit of a workshop up here. So it was gonna be pegboards. I'd be standing here, hello everyone, I'm Andy Rafael, eTeknix.com, that usual kind of rigmarole. And then over here, Storage City at the moment, this was all gonna be a completely different set. So potentially we was gonna turn it into like a bedroom, home office kind of thing. I know that's kind of been done to death, but that was the initial plan, that we was gonna do something there. And then we started moving things and we realized this wasn't right for us in terms of as a set. We essentially started moving stuff in here and then we realized how much more freedom and flexibility we had in the other room. We changed it up a little bit. At the moment, this is going to stay like this. It's got merchandise, store.eteknix.com, jiffy bags for all the stuff that is available on store.eteknix.com, packaging material, empty boxes, cases that literally take up more room than I know what to do with. Probably going to put a small desk over here with a printer, and then that's where more than likely my Mrs. Emma is going to sit because she does a lot of stuff involving the eTeknix store, paperwork, accounting, all that kind of stuff. But as you walk in the door now, we basically have Adam set up. Yeah, he's not the cleanest and tidiest of people, but you know, there's that. So this is where he does all the editing. Probably going to look to get him 2 monitors just to make his life easy because I'm nice like that. Over here is kind of Test Bench City. So this is, you know, where the test bench lives, the monitor for the test bench, the power meter so I can look at, you know, power draw and stuff like that. Then we have me with the, see, look at the difference. This is mine. Admittedly, this is a bit grubby, but look, the only bit of clutter I have is a bottle of water. Swing back to Adam's, and I know he's reluctant to do it because he's the one filming it right now, but look, 2 bottles of water. One of them's empty. We have a bin down here. Use it, man. So this is my setup. I will claim this. This was me. This is me. So I am testing 5600 XT at the moment because we're doing comparisons against the new GPU that's coming out probably after this video gets released. And I probably can't even tell you the name of it. But let's go to the studio. This is where things get exciting. And this is where things kind of happen by accident. I don't even know where to start in here. There's still a little bit of reverb and echo, so we do need to treat that. But to be fair, once we start doing what our initial plan, I say initial plan, our secondary plan turned out to be, then it should actually help with the reverb sort of consequently. We decided we're still going to go with the pegboard thing. Had to go to IKEA and get all these. You probably saw that in the last video. Had to go to IKEA, get the pegboards, but these are actually going to go up here and also along here. Then we're going to end up getting some probably Colby desks in the wood because it looks workshoppy, and putting it down here. And it pretty much takes up this whole wall, a full-size desk. Then another one coming down this side. So I have kind of all that. So if we wanted to, we could use that as a workbench. It's going to come out to about here. It's going to have functional space. It's going to be kind of everything that we want. We do need to get some stuff to sort out the cables so that we're not constantly tripping over them. Adam's got his little director's chair, so he can sit here. It's not the greatest chair. Anyone who's looking for a chair from IKEA, do not buy this one. But you know, he can sit here. He can operate the camera. You know, do what he's got to do. All the kind of framing and stuff. So yeah, we've still got the camera. Potentially looking at getting a secondary camera because that way we can have one off to the side, one off to the other side, or one straight on, one off to the side. So there is going to be a set there, but we thought, well, where are we going to store everything? So we started bringing shelves in here. We started filling them up. and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I said this in the last video, there's a lot more height in the upstairs of this building compared to what we had downstairs. So you can see straight away, downstairs we wouldn't have even been able to have this stuff upright. We would have had to lay it down flat. But we have that extra height now, so we can stack a lot more stuff out there, which is kind of out of frame, out of sight, out of mind. The only thing I'm not overly keen on is where we stored the water cooling stuff. There's like a big void here, which shows off probably the worst looking colour blinds ever. And we had the same in the studio downstairs. So either I'm going to change the blinds or we're going to maybe swap the graphics cards over and put them in here so it blocks out all that fugliness. But this is what we got. This desk is probably going to move that way ever so slightly so we can get some more bokeh, more kind of depth of field. And I can stand here doing conventional kind of stuff, you know, hey everyone, Andy Fell, blah, 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 blah. But then by accident, we sort of looked at it and was like, well, what's stopping us taking the camera? And if the camera now goes that way and goes around this side of the desk, and I then go around this side of the desk, hey everyone, Andy Raffel, you get it. And the workshop will be behind me. So essentially we've made two kind of areas and we just utilize the same desk. These come off really, really easy. We have screwed this down, kind of, but there's nothing stopping us just getting some 3M sticky stuff or even some eTeknix cable ties and just putting it around the legs. And that way we can have like a workshop table and then a kind of cleaner white looking table, but without having two sets of tables. Down here we have all the stuff for kind of things that we're working on at the moment. So there's some water cooling stuff. There's a case that we're working on, Seagate dock, Asus MSI motherboards, EK MSI motherboard, an air compressor. This potentially looking, it's a 40-inch 4K monitor. It's great, but it's big and you can't really sit too close to it. So we are thinking of actually getting, and hopefully anyone who went to school in the United Kingdom, you'd know. You know that moment when you're sitting there in class, bored out of your mind, and then suddenly the TV gets wheeled in and you just get so excited? That's what we're going to do with this. We're actually going to put it on a stand and just off to the side so that when Adam's standing there and I'm standing here, we can, you know, he can get his focus peaking on there and he can make sure I'm looking, you know, how I should be looking and everything's in focus and the background's all blurred and everything. And then on the same hand, he can then turn it around and I can see myself and I can sort of, you know, because I like to look at how things are framed as well. It's not just set up the camera and that's it. We have a screen on top of the camera. So I always sort of look at it and I'm like, no, Adam, we need to bring the camera closer and go wider. We're just going to get, you know, a much better kind of view of the products from here to there, or we need to go further away and zoom in because we're doing something sort of closer and then we can adjust the f-stop. And there's a lot more to it when you're filming. We have to be mindful of where the microphone is. So we do have a very, very nice microphone. Admittedly, I'm using a lav mic right now, but the Sennheiser MKH416 is a very, very good microphone, but it's on an arm. And we have to be mindful again, when we're setting up the main camera, of is that in shot? Because if this bit isn't in shot, I can guarantee you this part of it is going to be in shot. So we have to position it just right. So yeah, the plans didn't go to plan, but I kind of feel like it's worked out better because now we have a usable space in there and we are going to get a TV and a sofa and it's going to be kind of chilled. And you know, like when you see the Google headquarters, obviously I'm not quite there yet, but when you see the Google headquarters and they have bean bags, we're going to be doing that. We're going to have a sofa. We're going to have somewhere to chill and play games and maybe even do like talking head stuff. We can just plonk a camera there. I can sit on the sofa. We can do that. Live streaming, all that kind of stuff. Then have this space, then have that space. The thing I like about this is the fact that for one, it's storage. For two, it's a backdrop. And I know a lot of YouTubers out there do the whole kind of shelves behind them thing. And you know, that's fine. You can only be so original with certain things. Like I know when I get these pegboards up, they're slightly different to what most people go for and they're not grey or other colours that other people do. They are just white, but once all the tools and everything on it, I know what the comments are going to be like. You know, oh, a pegboard, another YouTuber with a pegboard, another YouTuber with shelves behind them. You know, it is what it is. Everyone kind of copies everyone because what are you meant to do with a space to try and make it interesting? So yeah, that's kind of where things are. Things still need to be a little bit more organised. Adam did, admittedly, he did a very good job organising these, but he doesn't know his alphabet that well. So if it was me, ASRock, then Asus, then Gigabyte, then MSI. No, he went for MSI first, then Gigabyte, then Asus, and then ASRock are just sort of there and there. So basically, I've got to undo all of his hard work. And, you know, it's hard to find stuff these days. So, you know, I had to sell. I can see the comments now as well, because whenever we do live streams, everyone's like, poor Adam getting picked on in the background. So it's kind of become a little bit of a trend now. But that's that. We have one more thing. We have changed the legs for this desk as well. So when we did B-roll in the past, we did have the Furna E2 desk, which was great, but it was a little bit juddery. It was the first revision. This is the second one, which, I mean, you can see just how smooth this is. Just perfect. So when we're doing B-roll shots, we can literally like take something, we can put it there, and then we can just sort of go like this. And what happens is the shot comes into the camera. We don't have to sort of play about with the tripod, and that's how we get some of our really, really nice shots. And eventually it stops at 1 meter. Why 1 meter 31 instead of just 1 meter 30? So when we're doing, you know, close-up stuff and we need my hands, we can do it there. But if we're doing something that's a lot bigger, a massive case or something, we can take it back down and give ourselves more room and things like that. We do still need to play about with the lights as well. We have no Wi-Fi in here at the moment. I need to bring in an access point or a router or something that can give us Wi-Fi so that we can connect up the Elgato key lights, because this one's just kind of on the fritz. We've got another one over there. We've got these two ones, which aren't Elgato lights, but they are very, very bright for what they do. We have another one in the corner, which I just need to figure out where we're gonna put it, because it was on a clamp, but now I'll probably change that to just a base, and then that will sit somewhere in the background, or because we've got the height now, we could clamp it behind here and have it just sort of over there in the background, which would be nice. But then we are gonna need some more for the other set. So yeah, lots going on. I think maybe that's it for now. We'll probably end up making another video just kind of, you know, when we do the pegboard stuff and work out what we're going to do with that. The problem is with the whole lockdown and stuff like that, and the area I live in is now in a tier 3 lockdown. Once the kind of national lockdown ends, we're still in the same situation. So trying to get to places like IKEA and actually pick up stuff is going to be very, very difficult. So we're probably going to have to pay for delivery again. Yay! So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to give you guys, again, a bit more of an insight as to what goes on around here. Because, you know, it's not all fun and games. There's lots of hard work to be done. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know exactly what to do. And I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. A comes before M. Bloody Adam.